Hey equestrians, Polly from Blue Ribbon Law here. When people hear that I practice equine law, I usually get a funny look. And that funny look is always followed by a similar version of the same question. What does it mean to be an equine attorney and what is it that I actually do? Well, today I'm going to be giving you a brief introduction to equine law and tell you about the cases that we see on a daily basis and how we might be able to help you. We've been practicing equine law for 15 years, and I grew up in the industry as a trainer's daughter and still enjoy competing in the hunter arena myself, as well as watching my twins ride and show. Growing up in the industry, I've seen both the good and the ugly of our sport. And following law school, I knew I wanted to help others within our industry. Have you ever bought or sold a horse? Do you ever lease out your horse or have friends who ride your horse from time to time? Do you offer riding lessons or train horses? Do you board horses on your property? Have you hired anyone to handle your horse or a client's horse? If you answered yes to any of these questions or are in the horse world in any capacity, having an equine attorney on your team can benefit you. While deals on a handshake were how many people did horse business in the past, those days are long gone. Transactional work, such as having proper written documentation for transactions, is an important part of equine law and an important area for those participating within the horse world. For instance, in most cases, California requires a written agreement when a horse is bought or sold. And if you violate this statute, you could be liable for 3 times the amount of damages. But our transactional work isn't just limited to sales and lease agreements. Other types of documents we draft include boarding agreements, training agreements, and even trailering agreements. As equine attorneys, we are not only familiar with the state-specific statutes, we also have an understanding of how the horse industry works and the other specific information that should be included in any contract involving a horse. We all know there are huge liability risks with horse ownership, and it's up to your equine lawyer to inform you about the potential risks you are facing, as well as the best ways to protect you and your family. Sometimes that might mean the need for specialized insurance, where other times it means you should utilize a release of liability to protect you. An equine attorney knows and understands that there are different risks involved when you have a friend riding your horse out on the trail versus when you lease your show pony out to a young rider. We help businesses and individuals identify these potential risks and then come up with a plan on the best way to protect themselves if something happens. I like to tell my clients it is way easier and less expensive to prevent a problem ahead of time than to solve it after the fact. While an equine attorney can't generally reduce your liability to zero, we can and will advise you and help you mitigate your exposure. Whether you've utilized an equine attorney or not, sometimes horses are horses and accidents happen. If you find yourself in the midst of a lawsuit, someone who understands the ins and outs of the horse industry and the intricacies of the law is going to be the best person to help you. As an equine attorney, our job is to educate the audience, whether that's a judge, a mediator, or an arbitrator, first about what really happens in a transaction, such as when a horse is sold, and then about the law. If you've been in the industry for any length of time, you know that buying a horse is very different than buying a used Ferrari. And if you have an attorney with an equine law background, they will be able to explain that difference to the judge. At Hay & Hay, we have handled all different types of horse litigation cases, representing both plaintiffs and defendants. If you would like to learn more, head over to our website where we have many more videos and articles about equine law. Or if you think it's time to add an equine attorney to your team, send us a message or call our office today. We look forward to working with you.